Every morning, I wake up and I drink coffee out of this cup. And it says, let that, you know what, go. Because that's what you have to do. Don't take life too serious. We're going to talk about relationships. I feel like it's just something on my mind that I should talk about. When it comes to business, relationships matter. They do. Because if someone is familiar with you or your brand or your product or your service, they're going to purchase that, use that, and experience that. If they're not familiar, they'll go to what they are familiar with that is in the same industry as you. It's proven time and time again. Authenticity is important this year, and I want to point this out by this right here. I just did a simple Google search of authenticity matters in business in 2024. Some of the top things that come up are authenticity is an effective marketing strategy and business best practice that can help brands engage and customers build trust in 2024. If I take a breath, maybe I could read this. According to influencermarketinghub.com, 86% of consumers say authenticity is important when deciding which brands to support. Marketing used to be all about aspiration, and it still is for some, but realism and authenticity is proving to be what customers are yearning for in 2024. Sharing your customers' content is the perfect way to mirror your audience in your content and naturally create a relationship built on authentic marketing. So what does that tell you? That tells you that, and this goes back to my point. I talked about this at the end of last year into this year. Authenticity was the most Google searched word in the internet. And it was because people are yearning for authentic content, authentic businesses, authentic business owners, authentic products. We are sold enough frauds. I won't even get into politics, but I mean that all that stuff drummed around today's political landscape, and there's a scam around every corner. So all that stuff has led people to, we peaked at it. We've reached a peak point, and now people want real stuff. You can only go so far before the pendulum swings the other way. And I think we're there. I think we're at the point where the pendulum is swinging the other way, and being real is the best way to be. It's going to get you the furthest. And if you're authentic, you have nothing to hide. You're not living on lies, and you're not selling anyone, a scam, a sham, or a fraud. So therefore, you're going to be longer lasting. I think that we overlook the fact that like I work at AVC Communications, we do sports coverage on local sports, and it's an authentic thing. It's businesses sponsor our sports coverage, and that's covering these sports games that families that work in those businesses have children in. So it matters to them. It's authentic. It's real. They can relate. It's palatable to them. Same thing with supporting things in the community like food drives or chamber events or anything in our community that you see the same people always supporting. Well, that's because they know that those are the things you have to do to keep a small community tight-knit and to keep everyone kind of pointed in the same direction. And that may sound like it's a bad thing to some people because you've never experienced it. But once you get in and you experience leadership and you experience these things that take place that really shape the community and allow things to progress here, then you'll think otherwise. But until you get out in the playing field, you're not going to know. When it comes to businesses sharing, I don't want to say vulnerable sides of themselves, but real sides of themselves. Not trying to appear perfect, not trying to appear like they have no flaws or no hiring problems in today's economy or anything. That is going to make you relatable because everybody else knows what's going on in today's world. People know what reality we're in. They know that it's tough out here. Prices are going up. It's hard to hire. It's even harder to fire. if you're, a business person with integrity. It's a difficult situation to navigate, but I think authenticity can pave the way for good people to come forward and say, I can relate to that. I want to be part of the mission of this business because I love this industry, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. But I think, being real is the only way to be. I didn't get where I am by being fake, I screwed up the whole first part of my life and have done my best to fix going forward. And yeah, I see more and more people like myself out here, whether it's in, drug and alcohol services, they have overcome their things and they now help other people overcome theirs. I just happen to be in marketing and sales, and it's different for everyone, but being real is the key. Everyone you see being successful right now, I'm sure that you can look at them and you can say, oh, that person's real. Like, they share a vulnerable side of themselves. They share the truth about their life. They aren't afraid to be embarrassed. They aren't afraid to, be humbled. They aren't afraid to admit their flaws. And that's where humanity meets on an eye-to-eye level. And you have to do that to make a sale, to make a deal, to make, someone a forever client. You have to be willing to step out on the ledge of life and be authentic and be real. It's not like in the old days when, you could sell it because they had to have it, or you could sell it because you were the only dog in town, or now you can literally order anything on the internet. Nobody needs a local business. So how can you, as a small business, make your product more valuable than something they can get, cheaper online? Well, you can be relatable. You can form a relationship. You can form, relation with the public through sharing your life and sharing yourself. It's going to allow doors to open for people to be able to come into your store, talk to you eye to eye, one-on-one, and say, oh, I heard this about your life story and how your business started with your grandfather and it carried on through generations and you guys made it through the Great Depression. And I mean, because we have some businesses here that are 75, 100 years in business here in Cambridge and surrounding areas. And it's really a magical thing. And people have stories from that. They have carried on stories through generations about how they went to such and such department store or, Kennedy's Bakery or, things like that. And they can relate to that. But you have to open up about that, and you have to be truthful about the history and the struggles and, the highs and the lows. I just think that life is going forward. I think we're going to see heavily things that are authentic are going to grow rapidly, and things that try to shy away from being authentic and things that are, everything used to be hush hush. And it's not like that anymore. With the internet and the way life is now, everything's out in the open. You can't hide anything. So why even try? It's not, you're fighting against the current of space and time. So just be real. That's the message for this evening, is be real. And don't forget to listen to me on 96 FM Monday through Friday, and Saturday. Today is Thursday. Saturday, Rally in the Valley at Spring Valley Campground. I'm in Leadership Guernsey this year. We're about to graduate, but our capstone project is raising funds for the new Guernsey County Dog Shelter, and we're doing a Rally in the Valley at Spring Valley Campground this Saturday from noon to 6 p.m. Bounce houses for the kids, dunk tank, cornhole tournament. We have 6 food trucks for a food truck alley that we're going to have set up. We have Low Places Mobile Bar is going to be there. The ice cream truck's going to be there. DJ Scott Rusnak is going to be there. Wade Rodriguez, Brian Sweeney, all doing music all day long. It's going to be a great time. Sheriff's Department will be there, Fire Department, everyone. So come out, have a great time, and join us. It's all going towards the new Guernsey County Dog Shelter. And my leadership group has worked very hard to put this together. And I have a great, great class. And if you haven't checked out Leadership Guernsey, I advise you to. And there's also a Youth Leadership Guernsey that kids can apply for while in high school. So if you have ambitious kids that want to make a difference in the community, I highly advise. Get them signed up for that. It's a great program. It's through the Chamber of Commerce here in Cambridge and surrounding areas. So with that, I will leave you. Have a wonderful evening.